Hey everybody, McKyler here real quick to remind you to go check out our Patreon. We've got 7 bonus episodes up there right now and an 8th one coming up soon. If that's something that sounds fun to you, go sign up at patreon.com/doing learning. Hope to see you over there. Welcome to Doing Learning, everybody. It's your host, McKyler, and I've got my good friend staring at him across the table, Daniel.
I feel awkward now. He's judging me.
What? I'm judging you?
Yeah, you're looking at me with those judgy little eyes.
Oh my gosh. That's so dramatic. You want me to shut my eyes the whole episode?
Look away.
I will hit my face against the microphone if I do this too long. Maybe let's not.
All right.
I'm not gonna. These are not judging eyes. These are normal eyes.
I wasn't talking about you.
What are you talking about? The ghost behind me? I looked.
You can't see him. He won't let you.
No. That's really creepy. I don't like that.
All right, take it from the top.
I think I might leave that, but the topic at hand tonight here, Daniel, I have thought of many ways of how I kind of want to like spring this on you. And I think maybe I'm just going to tell you the topic, and I just want to see what happens on your end of things.
Should I just go like this?
No, because it's words, and it doesn't matter if you shut your eyes.
Yeah, but you won't see my reaction if I just go like.
Well, I'm hoping they're audible, and I can hear, and like you say some words, and you're like, "This is my experience with whatever." So if I say something, you just stop talking. Then like,
we're ending.
That's kind of in the flying in the face of the podcast. So like, maybe don't. But I want to see if you share kind of a similar. I want to know if you kind of feel the same way about this topic as me.
Okay.
Here it is. You know it. It's the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, it's fantabulous. I mean, I think it's one of the most interesting things. I've seen a couple things about it, and I think it's misunderstood but it just. I mean, because it could go multiple ways. It could be like it's like in legend, or if you can purely see it scientifically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that something like this even exists is just like it is mind-boggling at the end of the day, because of all the stuff that's going on. But
it's such a fun urban legend.
Yeah.
And I think my first question to you is we're contemporaries. We're about the same age, right? I think there's only maybe not even a year between us, right?
6 months.
So, yeah. Right. So we're right there at the same.
Yeah.
Did you grow up afraid of the Bermuda Triangle? Did you experience that at all?
I mean, maybe not in the typical sense that most people, because like I wasn't close to it. I wasn't near it. I didn't think I would ever go near it.
Okay.
Right. But then again, I've always been a curious person. So like, like Pacific Northwest and stuff, there's a lot of legends up there.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that. Like I'm the type of person that wants to go and experience it by myself.
Okay.
So the Bermuda Triangle, I'm the type of guy to be like, yeah, I could take that on.
That sounds right.
I can navigate
like
that.
6-year-old Daniel's like, I'm not scared. I'll sail out there.
And yet I was scared to go put a trash bag in the trash bin that was in the alley at night.
Okay, that's a pretty legit fear. It's kind of a weird place. I get that. I really don't know why, but I've talked like with my wife and some other people that like as kids, we truly believed that the Bermuda Triangle was a legit threat, and like to our lives actively here growing up in Colorado, that as a kid, I was afraid of like if we were going to go on a road trip or something, I would ask my parents, like, are we going to go through the Bermuda Triangle? Like, are we safe? Is it going to be okay?
Oh,
Like I maybe it's a fake memory. Like I don't know. I think that's a thing where you like implant memories and kind of are recalling something that could have been true.
Right.
But so that's kind of how I feel about it. But like, I do remember being afraid of the Bermuda Triangle as a kid. I was doing my research, going through a bunch of YouTube videos, and I saw the same comment in the YouTube channel as well. Just man. I grew up with an irrational fear of this and blah, blah, blah. The one that really put it succinctly for me was like, as a kid, I had an irrational fear of two things, the Bermuda Triangle and quicksand. Like I thought for sure that I was going to experience both like frequently and it was going to be a big deal. And I was like, me too. Like I had the same feelings, like knowing how to get out of quicksand. To me, it was critical knowledge. Like you need to know.
Yeah.
And I don't.
So, let me get my facts straight.
Uh-huh.
Did you know where the Bermuda Triangle was?
No.
Or did you think it was a concept of like it could happen at any directional thing?
I think I didn't really know where it was. And that was kind of the terrifying part. It was like, since I don't know where it is it where I am? I think that was my real question, but I never asked it. Like where is it? Which maybe we should say. Maybe we should define that right now because it's not in Colorado. It's very, very far away. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a new thing. Where's the nearest place we visited? We did it on Singapore, but I think we're gonna do it a little bit more regularly. The Bermuda Triangle is a triangle that its boundaries are actually pretty not defined. So I feel a lot of ways about this episode, and I'm not exactly sure how to present it. So I'm going to be leaning on you. It's kind of very conversational.
Okay. Yeah.
There is kind of one particular set of bounds that people kind of, is kind of the more common definition of it. But that was one of the pieces of research too, was what are its boundaries? What is its size? And really what I'm driving at, like all of this research was like, I remember being afraid of that as a kid. Is it real? Like, that was kind of my question. Like, is there any credence in this? Is there anything that supports that the weird stuff happens there? And that was kind of my question, was like, was that an urban legend or is it a legit thing? And I think I know where I've kind of landed on the topic, but it being an urban legend still maintains quite a bit of mystery to me. So it's still really fun. The first part that kind of is like a knock against the Bermuda Triangle being a credible thing is that historically and like what people have considered the boundaries is really soft. So like, it ranges anywhere from, by definition, of like 500 square miles to 1,500,000 square miles. Like, it's just the boundaries are wonky, but the ones that typically come up and the ones that like you might see on a map are if you draw lines from Miami to San Juan, Puerto Rico, to Bermuda, the island of Bermuda, and then back to Miami. That's kind of like the official triangle. Right. Okay. So it's a huge area. I just said it in square miles. Right. So the nearest place is LaRue Caverns.
The nearest place that we've been
to on our podcast is LaRue?
Luray.
Gosh.
One day.
Well, you taught me and I clearly didn't learn. The stalactite. Yep. That was really fun. That is kind of the nearest thing. I mean, this is like an area, so yeah, it's like it's the nearest one. It's the nearest one. So that's where we're headed to today. Okay. Is down to the Caribbean.
In our little tugboat.
And
watch out, Shackleton.
Please no. what was I going to say about this? Oh, this area is, I'm trying to pull up my, a couple of my notes here too. This area, I think this is something I forgot, but I relearned it kind of, is this area kind of off the coast of Florida, almost kind of up to Virginia. Like Bermuda's really far north. Like, here's my little tiny picture of it. It's up like in like the Carolinas in terms of latitude.
Oh.
Yeah, see it way up there?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it still might count as Caribbean, but it's kind of up there. It's certainly South Carolina, if not quite North Carolina. This area is called the Sargasso Sea.
The Sargasso Sea.
Which I'm like, okay, cool.
Translates
like you got
to...
I don't know. I don't know. Does Sargasso mean anything? Is that like a guy?
Sargasso.
It sounds like, yeah, maybe an explorer. What is the Sargasso Sea named for? Boom.
It is a sargasso.
It's named after the seaweed that floats in large quantities on its surface, which is sargassum.
Oh, well, that...
It comes from a Portuguese word that means a type of grape or seaweed. So there you go.
There you go.
It's not Italian. It's closest thing is Portuguese. Okay, cool. I did some learning. Should we go home?
Let's go home.
Cool. Good episode.
Woo!
So Sargasso Sea. That's where we're at. So let's walk through some of the legends, right?
Let's go.
So I'm really glad that I didn't start with my dramatic intro, because the dramatic intro is going to go something like, Daniel, I'm going to reawaken a childhood fear of yours, the Bermuda Triangle. And you'd have been like, I wasn't.
I was landlocked. Sorry.
Yeah. I was smart enough to know to look at a map and ask some questions.
I don't think it's even smart enough. It was just like, I don't care.
You had there you go. Ni hao, I was terrified. So cool. Glad I didn't do that. The first real instance of kind of an odd recorded history of strange things going on in this area was by none other than Christopher Columbus.
Of course.
In the 1400s, right? Late 1400s. There was I don't have my things here. There were two big things that he wrote down in his expedition. Well, there's three, but I remember two. Of things that they reported that was really, really quite strange.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was that they're like, our compass is wonky. Like it's doing some weird things. We know it's not pointing north. Like it's moving, it's changing, it's different. It's behaving oddly.
Right.
So they had some kind of navigational issues when they're doing this. The other thing that they reported was, at one point they're out in the middle of the ocean at night, and he reported what he thought was a candle, like way off, really, really, really dim light that just kind of, he said it looked like a floating candle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wrote in his notebooks. And with really no explanation of what could have possibly been over there. I'm not really sure. Do you want me to, what would be more fun? Do you want to do the legends like stacked up on each other and then the debunk, or like legend debunk? Because I'm sorry, there's going to be the debunking is going to be a large part of this. So I might ruin the Bermuda Triangle for you.
I don't know what would be more fun. I think
maybe we want to do maybe a little bit more legends.
Yeah,
and we'll come back to it.
Yeah, give me a couple more legends.
Okay,
we'll see. So right now we have floating candle in the distance.
Floating candle. We've got weird compass action.
And weird compass action.
That's a really big one. It's one of the first ones, right? And Christopher Columbus, who's out doing his thing. Lots going on there too. So this kind of when this first starts to happen. Okay. I'm going to kind of keep going in the timeline.
Okay.
And we'll keep going like that way. Okay.
Yeah.
In 1963. Okay. So there was already a little bit more attention on this. I'll kind of come back and I'll kind of wrap around on the dates a little bit here.
Okay.
And kind of explain like an urban legend is a thing and why is it a thing? Okay. So let's walk through a couple things. In 1963, there was it says it was hauling molten sulfur. Is some kind of cargo ship.
Okay.
Right. It left from Texas, the Gulf Coast of Texas, and was going to sail around Florida and go to Norfolk, Virginia. It sent a routine radio message that placed it near Dry Tortugas, which is it's off the Florida Keys. It's a national park now. So it reported just a routine radio message. That was the last time it was ever seen or heard. Nothing. No distress call. No nothing. Crew of 39 disappeared without a trace. No wreckage. When they didn't hear anything from it, later on, they sent search crews looking for it. Never found a thing. No crew, no wreckage, nothing.
How big was the cargo ship? Do you know?
254 feet long.
So yeah, not a
little one.
Yeah,
not a little one. Compared to Shackleton's boat, it's like 2.5 times as big.
Right.
So yeah, not small. Not small at all. Let's see. So there's all kinds of these like little stories. I'm gonna try to focus maybe on kind of the bigger ones.
Okay.
There was one, I can't remember where the date puts it. I might be a little bit out of. This would have been maybe a little bit earlier. There was a 5-masted sailing ship that was sailing from like Barbados, I think, kind of really southern Caribbean near Brazil and near South America. And it was making its way up, and it too was going to Norfolk, Virginia, major port town there. It was sailing on its way, and as it was sailing, they at some point somehow had 2 anchors that came off the front of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
They somehow had lost both of those, and as they were sailing, someone from the coast, as they were kind of coming up the United States coast, like they said they hailed them. So like they had some communication back and forth, basically, that was like, hey, yeah, we're doing okay. We're missing both of our anchors. We're going to push on towards Norfolk. Like, this is a little bit odd, but like we're still cooking ahead. And there's a picture, right? The guy on the coast they had taken a picture of this 5-masted sailing ship. It was kind of cool. Like a day or two later, it was found run aground. It just smashed right into the beach. And some people like went on to explore and like see if there's anybody there, if anybody needed help,
right.
If any other crew was there. There was like the ship gutted, like no sign of anybody, no logbooks, no like none of the documentation, none of the maps, nothing on it. And then things like there's just no sign of the crew whatsoever. And then a lot of the steering mechanisms and some other stuff were completely busted apart and broken. And there's no real explanation, like purposefully, you could tell that like they were like it didn't break in like when they ran aground,
right?
That they were broken for like some other way, like somebody smashed them up or something like that. And like just no explanation. Nobody ever saw the crew ever again. Nobody knew why it ran aground, or like nothing explaining that. Like this is like in fairly populated areas, right? Like they ran aground and then nobody ever found the crew ever again or heard from them.
Can we explore that?
You want to keep going on that one then? All right, we can start basically moving into the debunk.
Yeah.
So it's really okay. All right, so I'm trying to remember the right, because I don't want to spoil the debunk too quickly.
Okay.
So we'll keep telling that story. So a couple of days later, one of kind of a local residents reported that he found a message in a bottle that said, what was it? I can't remember everything that it said. It was just like lost control, lost both anchors, don't know where we are, like told crew, to get ready for anything kind of sort of thing. And then like tell headquarters we never made it or something like kind of a really weird, ominous note.
Right.
And then of just like take what you can and like save yourself kind of sort of scenario. And then, it said that they were being followed. Like it was getting closer and closer and that there's nothing more that they could do. And so it was every man for himself and they had to like get away, tell headquarters we never made it.
Right.
So that's really interesting. A couple of days after that, okay, now we're moving into the debunk. A couple of days after that, there was a big ship that that came sailing by, and the same guy that hailed the 5-masted ship hailed them too to get some communication, to talk back and forth or whatever, to do their thing. Well, when they like hailed them down, that ship put a canvas over their nameplate on the back of the ship that said what it was, and then they turned and sailed away. Which sounds like pirates.
I was going to say pirates.
Yeah. So maybe they were being followed. Maybe they were. And then, this is getting kind of strange. Well, then, let's talk about the note again really quick.
Okay.
A little bit after that, a handwriting expert got involved and looked at the note, and they determined that the guy that found the message in a bottle wrote it.
What?
He wrote the note.
How did they figure that out?
They got handwriting samples. They had they knew the captain and the crew, and they had old logbooks.
Right.
And then they're like, well, this guy found it, and they had him submit a sample too. And they're like, bro, it matches. Like, you wrote the note, dude.
Why would he submit a sample if he knew it was his? Right with your offhand.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the full story with that one, but they were able to attribute it back to the guy that found it. So they're like, okay, there's not really a mystery. So maybe he witnessed a little bit of something going on, like with that other ship coming in. Like maybe he was able to talk to some of the crew. Something kind of weird. Yeah. But like it was pretty attention seeking. Something kind of strange.
I was gonna ask, do message in the bottles actually work, or
I don't know. I think so.
I just feel like they don't go the way you like, especially
it's all random luck. Yeah. Chance. The ocean's huge, man.
Yeah. It could go into the beach, or it could go the different direction and go across the world. Yeah.
So who knows, but it's a last ditch effort kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're making a run for it anyway. Might as well throw it off. If anybody ever figures it out, great, kind of sort of thing.
Right.
A message in a bottle short would be really fun too, of like some famous ones or something like that. Some ones that maybe worked and some cool stories there.
For sure.
That'd be kind of fun.
It would be. Mental note.
Yeah. Okay. So I told you earlier that they hailed the captain of the ship and they're like, hey, we're going on to Norfolk or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they ended up coming back and they talked to the guy on the coast that hailed them. And they're like, who did you talk to? And he was like, oh, is this redheaded guy, like this really tall redheaded guy. And they're like, that's not the captain. And so well, that's kind of strange too, right? Well, they dug back a little bit further and a little bit further on that one. And it come to find out, even before they left, the captain had wrote in his logbooks, like, I'm really nervous for mutiny on this one. I don't have a good relationship with this crew.
Oh, dang.
They're already feeling like this and it's like this. And like, he was just kind of expecting a mutiny. And so it's extremely likely that like the captain wasn't even, he was not the one piloting the ship at that point.
Right.
And so like, it was probably a mutiny at that point. And then maybe they were getting chased by pirates or something, but a mutinous crew, he had an entire mutinous crew with a whole bunch of cargo and stuff on his boat, So they had to run underground, take what they can and get out of there,
Right.
and then disappear into obscurity. So, and do you want to know something, Daniel?
I do want to know something, McKyler.
You know where they were?
Not in the Bermuda Triangle?
Not even close. None of the weird stuff was even close.
Oh, man.
They were up almost near Norfolk. Where they ran aground was in North Carolina, which is like a good, like, I don't know, 500, 600, 700 miles away from the nearest point, the nearest location on the Bermuda Triangle. And one of the funny things is, if you look at this map, right, I told you they came up from like, they came up from like Barbados and they came around like on the east side of the islands. They sailed through basically the longest, like right on the edge, the entire portion through the Bermuda Triangle, not a single incident to report. And then once they get way up here to North Carolina, then stuff gets weird. And for some reason, like all of the things that get lumped into the urban legend, somehow this gets attributed to the Bermuda Triangle as well. There's like 50 major incidents that are like attributed, I'm doing air quotes, to the Bermuda Triangle, and this is one of them. I'll even go back since we're kind of doing a little bit of debunk right now.
Yeah.
The first one that I told you that they were just cruising along and just disappeared into obscurity. That one, look at the spot where it went through on the Bermuda Triangle. So it wasn't even, it was off the west coast of Florida when weird stuff happened, right? There's a long time before you get to the east coast of Florida and around the Keys where something like the ship probably just sank somehow. Like it's a critical failure on board.
Right.
That was unexpected. Otherwise they probably would have radioed and I don't know, something happened. But like it just barely cuts through the point. Like when they pass by Miami, they go through like a mile of the triangle or some, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Something
like a couple miles or something like that. It's barely in the triangle at all. And the incident didn't happen in the triangle. But it's considered to be yeah. So, here's another one, and maybe the last good legend that we'll talk about kind of with this one. There's a lot more incidents that are just like so-and-so's. We'll talk about the airplanes now because it's boats and it's planes, right?
Right.
So, like weird weather, weird clouds, stuff coming in. Oh, we got lost, our compasses, right? This is the common thing with kind of all of these little stories. And then the other thing too is they were never found or heard from again. That's like the ending of every Bermuda Triangle story, right?
I can almost see that on TV. And
yes. So the last most famous, I think this is the most famous Bermuda Triangle incident, is called Flight 19 or Flight 19 is what they call it. It was a training mission that I think there were Navy pilots piloting torpedo bombers were going on a training run. So it was really popular because it shows up in a movie you may have heard of, Close Encounters of the Third Kind by old Steven Spielberg. I don't think I've seen it myself. It's an alien movie.
I don't think I've seen the third kind. I think I've seen the fourth kind.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I get my alien movie mixed. My alien movies get mixed up all the time.
Well, the basic premise of this one is that the disappearance of Flight 19 was attributed to an alien abduction. That's basically, I don't know if I'm spoiling anything because I don't think I've seen the movie myself. I should, but that's basically the storyline. Is the Flight 19 was abducted by aliens. That's where they disappeared to.
They were abducted by aliens, but in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah. Yes.
Gotcha.
It was a Bermuda Triangle event, right? Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, let's walk through the details. Flight 19, I told you, was a training mission, torpedo bombers. So there were 5 airplanes, each with 2 people on them. There was one, the crew lead, and then the rest of those were pilots in training. They all had like some amount of flight experience, but it was as little as like 6 months.
Okay.
So they're all a little bit green,
Yeah.
and then they've got like one pilot. So here's kind of how the story goes. They were off flying their mission, kind of going through their ways, and then all of a sudden, they get just inexplicably lost. Right? They lose all their whole ability to navigate. They can't figure out where they are. They don't know which direction to go. They have radio comms back to Florida.
Okay.
For a lot of their mission while they're flying out there. And they basically just get completely lost, can't figure their way back out, and then they're talking to him, and then suddenly they just lose all comms. They send a search crew out to find them. They never find the search crew, and then additionally,
wait, the search crews never finds them.
Yeah, the search crew never finds the 5 airplanes.
I was like, they never find the search crew.
They never find themselves.
Oh my gosh!
Well, Daniel,
conspiracy.
The search crew gets lost too, and they're never found again. So that's like why this is like there's 6 planes. There's like 15 people that are just lost, and they just disappear into the ether. They never find airplanes. They never find wreckage. They never find anything. They're just gone, never to be seen or heard from ever again. Right?
Yeah.
So they just disappear. Okay. So let's break it down. It's just
ruin it for me.
So I'm going to ruin it for you. I'm
mystery.
ruining it for you. So this one again, I don't even think at any point they cross into the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, great.
I mean, they kind of start out and they actually leave out of like the like Fort Lauderdale Homestead area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Fort Lauderdale, Miami Homestead is kind of the area. So maybe at one point they kind of fly over it like for a little bit. But so their mission was basically to fly out over the Bahamas, go north for a bit, and then come back. It's supposed to take like 2.5 hours.
Okay. So
they're starting on land. They're flying east to go over the islands, and then they go north, and then they come back. Well, it starts all good. They fly east, and then they start turning north, and then that's when they report back like, hey, we are like our compasses are acting kind of funny. We don't know where we are. And that is the story that's kind of reported in like the papers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What they omit was the rest of the conversation that is written down from their radio broadcasts.
Of course.
Of the crew lead being like, I swear to you, we are over the Florida Keys. I promise you that we are somewhere over the Keys. I just don't know where. So it's like, okay, they're not even supposed to be close to the Florida Keys, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Miami's pretty close. You could get there in a hurry if you go southwest, not east.
Right.
So it's a really sad story. It's just wild. It's human error, man. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. It's just going to sound more and more ridiculous the more I talk. So they take off. They're supposed to fly over like Grand Bahama, which apparently looks like the Florida Keys. The crew lead, the only one with any real, I'm doing air quotes again, flight experience is the crew lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way it's supposed to work is like, there's a temporary lead, like in the training pilots in training.
Yeah.
And he leads for a while, and then the crew lead takes over and he leads kind of the rest of the way. The crew lead has spent most of his time in the Florida Keys, flying around doing missions and stuff down there, training missions or whatever. So he's really used to being over in the Florida Keys. He, in fact, gets his call sign wrong on the radio, mistakenly attributing himself to a flight training bomber out of the Keys. So there's like, he's supposed to say like BF 19 or I don't know, something like that. It was supposed to be like bomber Fort Lauderdale plane number 19 or something like that. Like that's supposed to be his call sign.
Gotcha.
He says like BK, whatever it is, something that says like he thinks he's flying out of the Keys and not out of the Miami area. It's like he gets his call sign wrong, so he's confused.
Yeah.
And then he claims over and over and over again that he's like, we're over the keys. I know it. I guarantee you that's the keys. It's very much, a guy like banging his finger on the instruments and being like, these things are getting it wrong. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, this compass doesn't even work, kind of sort of thing. Well, they have 2 compasses on every airplane, right? So that would be 10 compasses that would all have to go wrong. Okay. So we'll look at the map again. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here too. Okay. So the keys are down here, right?
Yep.
And this is like Grand Bahama. So that's the 2 places we're talking about here.
Okay.
They're both like, they're islands that run east and west.
Yeah.
Kind of, more or less.
Right.
And so like maybe in the airplane, a little bit of disorientation going on. Okay. So they start flying north over these sets of islands, right? Well, they're flying north and he's like, hey, we're lost. What the heck? We don't know where to go. Any of that stuff. Well, there's kind of a couple of problems that happen. One of the first ones is, well, if you're down in the Keys, if you just keep flying north, at some point you'll run into the land.
Right.
Right. Like Florida kind of cuts back to the west. At some point you'll be back over land and you find your way.
Yep.
If you're over the Bahamas, you're going further into the ocean.
Yep.
So things are just getting worse the more that they're flying.
Yep.
And he's like, we need to just keep going. We will get to land. And they don't. So he goes, okay, I don't know what to do now. And they're like, bro, fly west. He thinks he's here. So he thinks if you go west, you're going into the Gulf of Mexico. So he's like, I'm not going to do that. He's like, if anything, we need to go east because we're over here and we got to fly to fly to Florida. He was wrong. He was lost.
He was just relying on the fact that I know my stuff, basically.
Yeah, I guess just relying on his own experience. And the real kicker for me in all of this, he had a logged history of getting lost before.
Oh my.
So they got lost, and like basically some of the last comms they had were like, their mission plan was if one of them like ran out of gas or went down, they would all just land. And so they're basically like, we're going to just keep flying. I think they chose north. They're like, we're just going to keep flying north until we run out of gas.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. And they were never heard from or seen ever again. I know.
It's still.
I know. What a tragic human error.
But I know it's not a short distance to land.
Right.
But I just feel like they're so close. They couldn't.
I know.
Like, how did they not?
They couldn't. You certainly can't see it. I mean, they're still within radio comms, but that doesn't tell you which direction anything is. So, I mean, you're out there and so I'm not exactly sure. It's just that one is chalked up to human error at this point in time. Mm-hmm. The legend it's not really a legend anymore. It's that they didn't get abducted by aliens. The guy didn't, the crew lead didn't know where he was and led everybody, to their final resting place. I know. Aliens. So, okay, well, it's still weird, right? Because the search crew goes out. This airplane gets all
right.
ready,
I totally forgot about this part.
Pretty soon afterwards, they're like, well, we got to go find them because they flew off the wrong way. Let's go look for them. And that plane goes out. They do all the checkouts, whatever, everything, the pre-flight checkout, everything looks good. Takes off, goes out and looks for them. Doesn't see anything. No planes, no wreckage,
because
no nothing.
This person's are they going towards the direction of the last known?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So they kind of.
So are they going north from?
Yes. Yes. So they take off out of like the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. Right. They go out kind of northeast.
Okay.
Kind of to the search area that they think they would be in.
Okay.
Well, they go out, and then kind of the same thing. They send like their last radio broadcast. And it was like a normal report, and then suddenly they're never heard from or seen from again. Well,
Aliens this time?
Aliens this time. Yeah, this time it actually is. So,
Perfect.
no, yeah, they passed their pre-flight checklist, but the flight was grounded the day before for like major engine issues, and they thought they fixed it. Went through the pre-flight. They said pre-flight works out, so they took off. It just had an engine failure and it wrecked. No mystery. You're giving me very unsatisfied faces.
Well, I'm McKyler, this seems like a lot of coincidences to make this true.
To make what true?
To make the debunk true.
Okay, a lot of wrecks in the same area is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep my finger on that one.
I'm just saying, like, hey, what's the easiest thing? Like, we can't just say that aliens took our boys. Yeah. Let's just say it's chalk it up to engine failure. Let's just those records. Let's just fudge those numbers. Put the day prior failed.
Maybe I think, and that's kind of what I'm saying too, is like, I'm pretty sure that the Bermuda Triangle is fascinatingly unremarkable. I think is some of the words that one of the YouTube guys, I think that's what he said. Fascinatingly unremarkable, but it is so much fun to think that there's like this weird, paranormal thing going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the conspiracies that surround it of like, maybe it was aliens and they fudged the logbooks. Oh, maybe. I don't know. So I think like it totally remains in and of itself as like an urban legend in a kind of a very fun way for me still. Let's talk a little bit then about what you were saying, is it's a lot of events in the same spot.
Right.
One of the videos I watched, there have been studies that have been conducted on, the amount of ships and airplanes that cross the globe every day, like constantly, right? Huge numbers of airplanes, lots of ocean. Cool. All this stuff, right? The Bermuda Triangle, ships, airplanes, they go through it all the time, right? There's major flight paths that go through it. There are major shipping paths that go through it. In fact, if we pulled up like a ship tracker right now, there would probably be like hundreds of boats in the triangle right now, right? So
they're gonna get disappeared.
Yeah, maybe. Well, if you do all the statistics work, the Bermuda Triangle doesn't even make the top 10 of like comparable regions.
It's not the quantity, dude. It's the quality.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the statistics say it was something like you start with the bulk data and then you filter out like everything. I can't remember the exact breakdown of what this guy did. I tracked it at the time. I should have studied a little bit harder on this one. Should have done my research a little bit better on this one. But it was like, it in total, there's like 1.8% will experience like an event, like of all these boats and airplanes will experience some kind of like, I think he called it like a critical event or something like that, where it was like, maybe the ship doesn't like blow up and disappear or something like that, but like there's a compass issue that they report or something like that, or like something funky went on, or they got lost for a second, but like not like catastrophic crashes and disappearances, stuff like that, right? So 1.8% of every day, like there's going to be an event, and 1.8% of stuff. The likelihood that an event happens in the triangle on a given day is 90 times less than that. It simply just is unremarkable. there's just not that many events that go on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is going on here? I think that's kind of where I'll take you out here to like give you some kind of satisfaction to like where you can rest your hat on.
I'm still not going to. I'm going to
That's
prove you
fine.
wrong.
Okay. That's totally fine. I hope you do, because it's way more fun if it's a mysterious thing. So I'm just like, I'm like Captain Buzzkill today.
No. I love a good mystery, but I love a good debunking too.
Yeah.
Because it's always like, now you're trying to decipher whether the debunk fits the bill or the, other thing fits the bill.
Or is the debunk conspiracy? Like, it's really easy to just point fingers at it and say, they could have faked it.
Yeah.
That's not real. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Okay, but what's more likely that there's whole
what's more probable
cover up over this thing of trying to cover up aliens, or like a guy got overconfident and lost?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huber's got the best of him.
Yeah, absolutely. So what on earth is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
So, I was very recently informed, like a couple of hours ago, by a family member of mine that works in the aviation industry, that there are some documents that kind of explain, like, hey, when you're dealing with this area, there might be, like the air kind of handles different, or like the compass stuff. Like some of that is actually written down in their training.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, what's up with that? Here's the best that I can figure out, because I find that pretty interesting.
Right.
That like there is nothing going on here, but like they're still trained to pay kind of some attention to it. The Earth is a big, weird place, Daniel, and it doesn't behave the same everywhere.
Right.
So let's walk through a couple of things. All of the compass things. Let's go all the way back to Christopher Columbus. This is another example of when he was reporting his compass wasn't working. He was like by Africa. He had sailed south down and then cut across, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was nowhere close to the Bermuda Triangle when he was reporting these things. And he reported it constantly all the way across the Atlantic, which is 100% consistent with what they reported, right? They're like, our compasses aren't pointing towards the North Star. That is a zero surprise, because the North Star is true north, right? Mm-hmm. Which is the Earth's axis pointing, right?
Right.
And then there's magnetic north, which is where your compass points to. Well, there's a couple really interesting things with magnetic north. One, it doesn't co-align with true north.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people know that one. I mean, there's two of them. If they were the same, wouldn't it be one thing?
Right.
Anyway, it also moves all the time, constantly. So there's this I saw some really interesting maps of like curved lines and stuff like that. There are certain places on Earth where true north and magnetic north do align. Currently, it's somewhere close to like Louisiana. That kind of like, there's a weird wonky line that kind of, if you're there, it more or less lines to true north. And if you're west of it, it points a little bit east. And if you're east of it, it points a little bit west.
Okay.
That discrepancy is called magnetic declination. It's really well understood right now, but in Christopher Columbus's time, it wasn't. So when they're acting like, they're like, oh, our compasses aren't working, the biggest reason is because Earth's magnetism is weird and it's not uniform and it's constantly changing.
Yes.
Especially as you're traveling across the Earth, the declination is going to be different over the course of that trip. So it's absolutely zero surprise.
Right.
Now, and I guess when they say their compass is going wrong, it's like, it's not pointing the correct direction. It's not like sitting there like Captain Jack Sparrow's compass, like freaking out. It's not what is going on. It's just not pointing them where they think it should. The other thing, there's two big things that are kind of unique to this region, that really kind of tie the bow, I think, on all the nature oddities of this area.
Mm-hmm.
Where do almost all, where does the vast majority of what are we, Western Hemisphere hurricanes hit? The East Coast, Florida, Puerto Rico.
I was
right.
I was trying to like
picture.
I was like
right there. Yeah. Like Puerto Rico gets hit 5 times a year by hurricanes.
That's terrifying.
Like that's on average, right?
And people still live there.
They're fine. They're like, yeah, it's cool. I've never been through a hurricane, but I think it'd be interesting. I think I'd be scared. I'm not really a storms guy.
Yeah.
I think they're interesting, but like on TV.
What's scarier?
I like weather, but
an earthquake or a hurricane, in your opinion, for you?
A hurricane.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so.
I mean, I know they both have the capability of being very destructive.
Yeah. I'd rather be outside in an earthquake.
Yeah.
And I don't know, being inside in a hurricane doesn't make me feel that much better than, better than outside, I guess. But
yeah,
I don't know. That's a whole thing. Anyway, the weather here is awful, right? Like it's very erratic and strange, and it's foggy, and then it's stormy, and it's got hurricanes, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's a pretty active area for weather. So not surprised that there's weird waves, rogue waves, bad weather, stuff happens.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of just how nature works. The other really big thing, if you were to guess, Daniel, where all of the wreckage is, where would you put it? Where do you think it is?
Like the wreckage of all these boats?
Yeah. Where do you think they ended up? Other than like the hull of an alien spaceship.
I mean,
that's the answer, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the only answer. The seabed?
The bottom of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes enough sense. Why don't we just dive down there and find it? Ocean big.
Yeah.
Ocean really big. And the other thing that goes on in this area is the Gulf Stream.
Yeah. Yep.
Which constantly changes. It's more or less the same area. But the Gulf Stream travels like, I can't remember. There's some weird term I saw. It's in one of the videos I'll link. But like compared to the Amazon, I was like, I don't know how fast the Amazon flows. That's not very good. It flows like 4 times faster than rivers, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's moving pretty good.
I mean, I'm just thinking of the rivers.
Like think of like a good river, like a good river too. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how the Amazon flows, but anyway, it's
right.
There you go. Maybe it's a nice easygoing river. I don't know. But that's a lot of water. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of inertia. If something goes down here, it's not going to the bottom there. It's going to be who knows where, way over that way.
Right.
So finding anything in the ocean is extremely difficult. Finding it when you have like one of maybe the strongest ocean current, pushing it somewhere else, good luck. You're not going to find it. So for things to be never found ever again, is it really that surprising?
No.
Not really. You'd think they'd find maybe some more.
I mean, tracking beacons. Why can't we just put tracking beacons on everything?
I mean, they do now, right? But like all these, and maybe that's why, when was the last time you really heard about the Bermuda Triangle? Just in like legends and stuff, right? Like it's not like in 2015. Something just disappeared.
Maybe somebody should make a new movie about it.
Maybe. I mean, the last one that went down was the one that went from I can't remember where it was. It was flying like from the Philippines to India or something like that. And it went over the Indian Sea. That was like the last really weird, like plane disappearance kind of sort of thing. I can't remember if they ever found it or not. But anyway, well, whatever. It's not really top headline news.
Yeah.
So how does like this urban legend spread? Like, I think this is what I'm gonna leave you with is kind of like, how did we get here? And one of the reasons I really kind of landed on this topic and wanted to decide to do it is there's still some mystery. I think I know where where I'm landing on this topic. I think it's, I mean, what do they say? Fascinatingly unremarkable.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's most likely true. Maybe there's some weird stuff that goes on. I've heard some other interesting theories too. I'll say this one just so I get on the podcast too. There was like a discussion of like methane bubbles underneath the soil that like makes airplanes and boats just like not like, it makes boats not float anymore, and it makes airplanes like fall out of the sky because they fly weird.
Interesting.
It could be a thing. And the way I always pictured that was like if you add a bunch of bubbles to water, like it make the water really bubbly.
Yeah.
Then like you're on air and you're not on water, and then you sink.
You're
okay. That logic kind of it works in my brain.
Yeah,
it's completely
sure.
not what they're talking about. The study that is that methane bubble thing are enormous bubbles of methane that suddenly explode out of the ground. That like I can't remember where it was happening, like Europe or Russia or somewhere completely different part of the planet where they have this going on.
Right.
Nobody ever said anything. And some Russian dude somewhere went, that's probably what's going on in the Bermuda Triangle. And
everybody just picked it up. They're like,
there's like,
you're right,
is there even methane bubbles underneath there? maybe some, but are they exploding like that? It doesn't match like a single case of a disappearance. not one that I found. So it's just somewhere else was like, that's it. We did it. So the reason I wanted to bring this up was like, there's a lot of mystery still in this one. I think it's really fun to have that. What is our slogan, Daniel?
Do your own research, stay curious.
Do your own research. This is exactly what happens when you take something at face value and you move on.
Yeah.
Because, so the first time this really kind of made, like there's the original article that like had this map and there's like question marks everywhere. They're like, where are all these planes going? Was originally posted in American newspapers on September 17th of 1950. It was kind of the first time they're like, this is kind of weird. Well, 14 years later, really interesting. This is the article that really kind of everything points back to, that says, this is kind of what set off the urban legend. It was in a magazine called Argosy. It was written in 1964. The title, I'll have to, let me see. Let me pull up the magazine cover. It's basically a sensationalist magazine, kind of like, I can't remember what it is now, like National Enquirer or whatever. It's like a sensationalist fake magazine for entertainment purposes only. It's not news. It's for fun, kind of like farce articles.
Yep.
I'm going to pull up the cover for you. The title of the magazine was called The Deadly Bermuda Triangle, and the subtext says, who will be its next victim? That is the magazine cover that this article is published in. It's like, it's a really, we'll post it, but it's like a skull inside a like red triangle. It's all scary. Right?
Yeah.
And so it basically goes through all of these other like events that I've kind of walked through too.
Okay.
Without any of the background details or context. It completely removes all of that. And it's just like a 254-foot vessel was due, it was overdue. And when they searched for it, they couldn't find it. And then 5 days later, somebody else disappeared. And then 2 years later, they were never heard from again. That's the whole article, right? They take out all of the information and they just put the sensational parts. This was like a known farce, like sensationalism magazine. And yeah, this is the article that they wrote. And this is the one that I'm going to post this site as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the original article, but I have the text of the original article.
Okay.
But they have all of these stories, none of the context, right? All of this like, whoa, how weird is that? Ooh, how weird is that? Well, it's weird if you don't think about it at all.
Yeah.
Then, but the last line just really got me. All of these examples and like, this ship was lost. And the last line was, the sea guards well her secrets. And like, that's the end of the article. And they're just like, we're not going to bother to explain anything. It's just like, here's this made up triangle that shows up on no map ever. It's not an official location. It's just a region that is kind of colloquial known that has some weird nature stuff going on.
Yeah.
It is not more dangerous than anywhere else on the planet Earth. In fact, it's not even top 10. The Caspian Sea, which isn't even, it's a lake, is number 2.
Oh, man.
The Mediterranean Sea makes the top 10, like one small part, like on the east side underneath Turkey. That makes it before the Bermuda Triangle. I'm sorry. It's just unremarkable. The stats are not there.
It's all marketing, man.
It's all marketing. That's what happens when you don't do your own research. Is you make an urban legend that's lasted for, I mean, it'll never go away at this point.
You don't think so?
I don't know. It's too much fun. And it doesn't like harm anybody. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's fun to like, ooh, and postulate and think and be a little bit scared about it. The shipping companies are still going to ship through it.
Yeah.
The airline companies are still going to fly through it, and nothing changes, right? So the most convincing argument that I saw, it was another YouTube comment, and I thought it was perfect. And I think that's probably where I'll leave you, is the most convincing reason that it's not real or that it's not more dangerous than anywhere else is that you don't pay any kind of shipping, travel, or insurance premiums by anything traveling through it.
That's pretty good.
If you take a cruise that leaves out of Galveston, goes to Mexico or whatever, and goes back, that doesn't go through the Bermuda Triangle. There's not like a Bermuda Triangle tax if you leave out of Miami. I mean, maybe it's baked in. Ooh. There's no premiums. There's no nothing. And I thought that was pretty funny. Very tongue in cheek. But yeah, you've never paid extra to go through the Bermuda Triangle because it's extra dangerous.
Maybe they moved it.
Oh, the aliens?
Yeah. They're just like, we're going to move it.
They're on to us. Now it's the Caspian Sea.
Yeah. See, keep you on your toes.
So I'm really sorry for maybe, I don't know if I ruined an urban legend for you. I like to kind of half believe in it still. It's more fun to believe in it than not. So
yeah, and to be honest, the Bermuda Triangle hasn't came up a lot in my life recently. I'm like,
I know, I'm
like, oh yeah, you're right. That was a thing.
Yeah, it was. I don't know where I thought of it the other day, but I was just like, wait, I remember that. And I remember it being like a big scary deal. So hopefully I brought up something that you hadn't thought of in a while, then ruined it for you. Right. And then I'm going to run off into the sunset.
I'm going to go to dream tonight and be like, Bermuda Triangle.
No, I know it's alien. I know it. They're covering it up.
False. Ah.
So anyway, just an hour-long friendly reminder for you to go do your own research. Because this is what happens when you don't.
So that means I can tackle the Bermuda Triangle?
I think you could handle it.
Perfect.
I think you could do it. For our, how many downloads before you go fight the Bermuda Triangle?
Oh, that's got to be up there. That's got to be way up there.
Way up there? Like
only because of money, time, and effort.
50,000 downloads. All you have to do is go to Miami.
And then what?
Hang out on the Miami beach. It's pretty nice.
But
I've been there. I didn't go in the ocean though, so I was safe.
That's Florida?
The waves are, yeah.
It's Florida.
You know, I mean, there's other places that we can go to San Juan. Want to go to San Juan? Yeah, haven't you been to San Juan?
I don't know. Have I?
You went to Puerto Rico.
Oh, I probably did.
You flew into San Juan. You flew over the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, look there.
You've done it. Boom,
boom, boom.
All right.
Well, I'll do it again.
50,000 downloads. Daniel and I will go on vacation. I like it.
Let's go.
Well, that's all I had for you. I think I'll do the tagline again at the end with this time with a little bit more meaning behind it, a little bit more background. But do you have anything that we should shout out?
Do we?
Do we? I mean, we've got I'll let you do the normal stuff. In terms of new stuff, I think we're going to switch to, maybe at this point, we'll have switched to pre and post roll type stuff. I think it gets the news out a little bit better. So anything truly important for shout outs probably will, because these don't show up for like a month after we record them.
Right.
So anything pressing won't show up for a while. So I think I'm going to say, no, I don't have anything to say.
I just want to say, just guys, Patreon, it's there. Coffee. Like McKyler said, we'll get better at those, I guess. But I just want to really plug in our Instagram, guys. Show some love.
That's the one.
Really show some love on that is Instagram. Trying to do a lot better. We definitely.
I think you've been killing it, Daniel. I think it's so much fun to see your posts come out.
I think I dropped the ball this week. I didn't post at all this week, but it was just.
I wasn't going to call you out, but
no, I'm going to call myself out on that. Mostly because got busy and it
happens. We are people.
We are. It goes to show it's just me and McKyler doing this. I mean, I'm running socials, he's running edits. So it's just two guys enjoying what we do here. So the best way to support us is just hit that follow. Like
that's a really easy way.
Yeah, and trust me that just seeing those numbers go from like even 5 followers to 6 followers, it cheers us up.
It's motivating.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, we're doing it.
It helps us realize there are people out there listening, and just kind of how we're doing, all that kind of stuff. It's really fun. It's really fun for us. Yeah,
I've enjoyed every step, and I hope everybody that's still around listening to this has as well.
Yeah, I've been having fun. I'm ready to keep doing some more.
Yeah.
So we will keep doing some learning with each other and with you guys. Just remember, you got to do your own research and definitely stay curious.
Hey, everybody. We just like to take a moment to thank everybody out there that has thus far supported us. We do all these recordings, and we love doing it. We have fun doing it, but we are paying out of our own pocket, but it does help when people like Liz D, Seth T, Irvin H, DaDog, Miles T, and Kirk K help us make this little podcast a reality and, lighten the load a little bit. So thank you from both of us and all of the fans. Thank you for helping us make this a reality. And if you guys want to help be part of the Doing Learning crew, you can do so by going to www.patreon.com/Doing Learning. I don't know why I said www.